Death frightened me. This time my enemies shared my dread.
Hey guys, it's Patton Kesselring, and I am still alive. Don't worry. I'm slowly but surely bringing videos back up onto the channel and working on new ones. But this is not a video for channel maintenance. That will be coming soon-ish, I hope. Anyway, today, and this is a school project by the way, we're going to take a look at the orphan hero myth, a subcategory of the mythical hero described in Joseph Campbell's Hero with a Thousand Faces, but we're going to do it through the movie Batman Begins. Now, this is not going to be a full review of the movie, but rather an analysis of Bruce Wayne's character as a whole, specifically in this movie, and why this character in this movie works. Now, the first question that has to be asked is, what exactly is the orphan hero? Now, when I read Campbell's book, I immediately noticed one problem. It's written for people with a general awareness of psychology, world culture, religion, and a fair bit of philosophy, aka not me in the slightest. So I'm going to apologize in advance for any wrong interpretations, because they're probably going to happen. And if they happen, I'm sure someone's going to let me know. And I welcome anyone to let me know, either in the comments or, however you find to do that. Comments is probably easiest, though. Anyway, the way I understood the orphan hero from the way Campbell described it, by the way, this is pages 271 to 286 in the version of the book I have, and a fair bit of help from those in my class who actually presented this section. Thanks a lot, by the way, guys. The mythic orphan hero starts with a lowly birth, usually to lowly parents. His childhood will define his later life and the deeds that he does, and at some point in this childhood, he will experience something that will shape the rest of his life. By the way, I'm using the masculine pronoun here because we're going to be talking about Batman. Traits common to the hero include intelligence, strength, and insight into how the world works. There's also a common theme of death and resurrection for this hero, more so at the beginning than at the climax or the end. Basically, there's going to be two death and resurrection motifs going into this. Okay, so we now have a fair idea of what the mythic orphan hero is. But this is abstract, and it has to be. Much like the hero's journey itself, this is a framework for the character. A framework that can be modified to fit one's story to their liking. Let's look at Bruce Wayne and see which pieces of this he fits into. Alright, first up on the list, lowly birth, and we already have a problem. Bruce Wayne is the son of Thomas Wayne, the founder and head of Wayne Enterprises, and one of the richest men in Gotham City. He centralized the transportation and water systems, building brand new versions of each, and spent a great deal of money working to help Gotham's poor. Next, his childhood will define his later life. Oh yeah, now that definitely fits. Two defining parts of his life. First is falling into the Batcave. No, not that Batcave, at least not yet. And being scared half to death by a lot of bats. Like a lot. Like many, many, many bats. It's a wonder this kid didn't get rabies. The second life-defining moment came a few months later when his parents were killed by a thief, a poor, desperate thief like many that Thomas Wayne was trying to help. This loss, which devastated the young Wayne and gave him a vengeful lust for justice. This justice, however, was corrupted by a need for revenge against the man who killed his parents. But that chance was taken away when the Gotham Organized Crime Syndicate killed him first. So he left, looking for revenge against any criminals he could find, and to do this, he had to become one. He had lost his way, but meeting a man who said he worked for one Ra's al Ghul and the League of Shadows helped him find it. The League gave him a purpose, and more importantly, the skills to fulfill it. But his purpose wasn't in line with the dogmatic principles of the League. Bruce Wayne stopped wanting revenge and started to want justice, a more pure form of justice that neither the police nor the League could give the world, a form of justice that would actually help people in Gotham. He needed to create a symbol, not a man. A man could be killed. Thomas Wayne was a great example of that. But a symbol, an idea, that's eternal. We see a similar thing with Lelouch from Code Geass, who creates the symbol of Zero to enact his revolution. Wayne needed something that would inspire fear in the criminals of Gotham, something they couldn't kill. So he betrayed the League of Shadows and killed Ra's al Ghul, leaving to begin his crusade to save Gotham. But he was deceived, and the League was not going to cease in their plans to destroy Gotham. Wayne, now the Batman, rounded up Gotham's crime boss and exposed Arkham Asylum as a front for a plan to fill the water supply with a panic-inducing drug. Then Wayne came face to face with his long-dead mentor. Except it wasn't. Ra's al Ghul wasn't standing in front of him, but behind him. It had been the man who had put him on the path all those years ago. Wayne had to face him, But as a man, he was vulnerable, and he was forced to retreat into literally his inmost cave. But as Batman, as the symbol, as the myth, he couldn't be stopped. In the end, Ra's al Ghul was a man, but the Batman was something more. Something for the people of Gotham to look up to, but for the criminals to dread. However, with the organized crime syndicate in Gotham in shambles, Batman had unwittingly created an environment in which his most dangerous adversary thrived. Chaos. But that is for another video. But why does this work? The Mythic Orphan hero. Why does this create such a good, compelling character? Batman was orphaned as a child because of the loss of his parents. We can sympathize with this, either through similar experiences of loss, through separation or death of our own parents, or because we can imagine what it would be like to lose someone close like that. Bruce Wayne, from the beginning, is relatable. He is a boy we can understand, connect to, and see ourselves in. He isn't the sharply dressed, smooth-talking billionaire when we meet him. He is a young, scared boy. Furthermore, his allies were allies of his parents, or from his past. Alfred, his butler, worked for his father, as did Lucius Fox, his in-house tech guy. Rachel, the person who this movie hints strongly at a love interest between, is his childhood friend. They helped set him on the path he needed to be on to become the Batman. His mentor, Ra's al Ghul, however, tried to teach him to renounce their strength. He tried to teach Wayne that the ability to move past the grief and the pain and the shame of loss was to avenge it by killing criminals. But as Death Note so eloquently explained, even murdering criminals is still murder, and as the old saying goes, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. That saying describes Ra's al Ghul and the League of Shadows perfectly, as their plan is to destroy Gotham instead of to help it. And they tried to get Bruce to help them do it. But Bruce chose a different path. A path of true justice. A path that his father would have been proud of. The Bible verse that Jules recites in the infamous scene in Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction rings true here. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who, in the name of charity and goodwill, shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know that my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. Bruce's path was laid out for him by a selfish thief who already had his parents' money but wanted more, as well as a dogmatic organization headed by a man who just wanted to watch the world burn. But instead of succumbing to this darkness, Bruce stood up against it, and because he knew that there were good people in Gotham, and knowing he would receive no thanks, in fact, not seeking any to begin with, took Gotham under his protection and took it through the valley of darkness laid out by the criminal underworld. He is the shepherd, but at one time he wanted to be the vengeful god, the man who would strike down those who opposed him, until he realized that blood does not avenge blood. When someone attempted to literally poison and destroy the people of Gotham, though, he let God strike those who attempted it down with great vengeance and furious anger, telling Ra's al Ghul, I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you. The path Bruce Wayne chose was a unique one, influenced by his childhood, his allies, his mentors, and his own inner sense of justice. He could have been the vengeful god, but then it would be he himself plunging Gotham into the Valley of Darkness with no one to guide them through it. But Bruce didn't want to destroy Gotham. He wanted to save it from itself, and that is why he became the Batman. The mythic orphan hero reinvented himself. He literally disappeared for 7 years, being declared dead, only to resurrect a changed man. He left as an angry and depressed child, broken and bitter, and only desiring revenge, but he came back a calm, centered man who had found a purpose. His past defined him, but it didn't swallow him up like it did his mentor, Ra's al Ghul. And that is why Batman works, because he was created by circumstances not too far-fetched from real life. He's relatable, yet mythical at the same time. Batman, Bruce Wayne, the hero, may be remembered for a long time, but Batman, the legend, the symbol, will never die. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for old video re-uploads and new upcoming videos. I will be doing a video to update everyone on the whole COPPA situation and the coronavirus situation, so stay tuned for that. At some point, I have no clue when. Everything's up in the air right now. Let me know in the comments what you think of Batman Begins as a story of a mythic orphan hero. And if you want something that does a similar thing, I would recommend the anime series Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion. It is streaming on Funimation, not a sponsor, though I wish it was. Anyway, until we meet again, stay safe, Stay healthy, and I'll see you all in the next video.